Okay, what's going on YouTube? I'm back. Another beautiful day. I officially have until about 2 to 4 days until I get my acceptance letter for my desired course. And honestly, this is probably the scariest part of the journey because I've done my part. I've done everything I possibly can to get the goal I want. So right now I'm being forced to detach, have faith, and give it to God. And I guess that's a pretty good place to be. But I want to talk about something that I feel like no one really talks about on the process to achieving your goals or becoming better for yourself. And it's the tests the universe throws at you, the obstacles, if you want to call it. I'll be honest, this semester was just more than getting into a course for me. It was like an entire transformation of the person I want to be. You know, a lot of people just view academic comebacks as just, or comebacks in general, is just, okay, hard work, never give up, get your goal, get the outcome. But for this, it was just more than studying. It was just more than hard work. It was way more than discipline. As I said before, it is fully transforming yourself into the person who's actually capable of holding it. And if you're experiencing this right now where life just feels unnecessarily hard, every day just feels like it's getting worse and worse, or things just feel like shit, it's because you're being tested. And a lot of people like to point it out from what I've seen that, oh, you know, you're being tested. This is okay. It just means it's about to happen. Well, it's not as simple as you're being tested because tests seem so simple and easy to concept on paper, but no one actually talks about how to pass the tests and how to get through the test and how to actually trust that no matter what is going on in your life, you have to keep moving forward. So the first thing I want to cover is how to even identify if it's a test and how to pass the test, because no one talks about it. And I feel like with me actually doing this journey and being like no bullshit with it, I want to tell you how you can actually get through these tests and have the breakthrough you want. And that's what I'm going to do, because the whole point of my channel is to help people like me when I was struggling and I needed help the most. So I want to be that person for you. The first thing you need to understand is how to identify if it's a test. Now, I think you already know the answer to this. If everything feels like shit is collapsing right before you're about to get like results, or things just feel off, or like something is obviously distracting you while you need to have the most like upfront focus or desired effort to what you're doing, that's usually how you know if it's a test, because it seems way too good for it to be true, for this specific obstacle to be happening right now at this specific point of time for you, when something is about to happen huge for you the most, if that makes sense. But how do we actually like get through this test? How do we get through these obstacles, you may ask? And this is where I guess your gut, your faith in God is the most important thing, or whatever you want to call it. I like to call it my gut. I like to call it the faith of God. It has many names for it, but let's just call it your gut feeling right now. I'll use an example for me. Throughout this semester, I would say the most common test life tries to throw at you, or one of the most common tests is, for me, it was a girl. And this girl, I knew from day one, something was off. Things were a little bit too good to be true. I could sense that they definitely want something, but they're coming across as very throwing themselves at me, like kind of like a blessing, but that's just disguised as temptation. So when you have that off feeling, when you know something doesn't seem right, or when something seems too good to be true, or something just doesn't add up, that's the easiest way to identify if it's a test. Now, I would say, don't make the same mistake I did and let it keep developing, because these tests are not designed to, oh, okay, you know it's a test, passed, you're done. They're actually designed to test you, to tempt you, to see if what you say you want, you actually want. And it's going to keep staying there until God, life, or the universe knows that you are ready to receive what you want. Like, it knows that what you're asking for, you actually mean what you say. So for me, this test lasted for about 3 months or so. And I would say I passed it. Of course, I'm not perfect, but I just kept my mission first regardless. So if you're being tested, please, no matter what, no matter how off you feel, no matter what happens, no matter how in disguise it may feel like it's literally trying to seem like it's going to bless you, but you know something is off, that's how you know it's a test. And no matter what, just keep your mission, whatever you're trying to do, first, always. And sometimes it hurts. Sometimes these temptations, you want to call it, will feel kind of hard to cut off because they seem like a blessing. But I promise you, if it really was a blessing, you wouldn't be this confused and you wouldn't be having this off feeling. It would just make sense. That's really all I have for you. These things are pretty, I would say, straightforward on paper, but they get a lot more complicated because every test for an ambitious person is designed for that specific individual. I can't tell you what you're struggling with, only you know that. So whatever deep down you're not admitting to yourself in the mirror, that is exactly what life is going to test you with. So anyway, my camera's about to die, it's overheating, but I really hope you got something from this video. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.